Your only task, work, or duty is to help each other lovingly to awaken. April 16, 2016. Enjoy what arises, and be in peace and joy. It's your natural and therefore normal state. Abnormal, non-peaceful states are of the ego. Just let them go, because, like the ego, they are unreal. Instead, tune into the field of divine love that surrounds and envelops you in every moment. That is God's will for you, and your own, despite the negative thoughts and moods the ego encourages and presents you with. Let them go. Happy contentedness is your wish, your desire, your intent. Watch the negative thoughts, feelings, and moods. Recognize that they are not you, that you need not engage with them, and then they will fall away. Your attentive energy maintains them. If you withdraw it, they collapse. It is unnatural to focus on thoughts or moods that do not bring you joy and peace, but when you reside in a body, with an ego for company, even though they are unreal, they seem real, especially as you are frequently reminded by the mainstream media of the enormous amount of suffering all over the world, and so you are easily drawn into engagement with them. However, you can just be aware of these less than happy states, as opposed to thinking that they are you, and when they arise, you can make the choice to let them go by changing your focus, by attending to something else, for instance a more happy unreal state. When you do this, you then find the strength of will to let them both fall away, allowing you to move toward reality, toward the realization that you are reality, and toward the comfort of accepting the divine truth that you are essentially one with Source. As you have been told so often by many in the spiritual realms, and in books by human spiritual writers, there is only God, Source, Love, Reality, the Supreme Intelligence, Divine Wisdom. Choose the term that you feel most comfortable with, remembering that words are far too limiting to describe or define the undefinable, the unutterable. Words are tools to help you get a handle on, a slight understanding of what words cannot tell you. To know God, one word to cover all the others, is to know yourself. How do you do that? By withdrawing to your holy inner space, quieting your mind, staying fully alert, fully awake, and then opening yourself to whatever arises. If it feels loving, peaceful, welcoming, then it is the presence of God. If it is fear-inducing, uncomfortable, threatening, or cynical, it is your ego attempting to distract you. Your ego depends on you for its existence, and it knows that if you open your heart to God, its power over you will be gone. Your ego constantly seeks your attention, when you allow it to. A meditation practice is a method to silence the ego, so that you can hear that quiet inner voice that lovingly offers you untold wisdom in every moment. It is your own wisdom, divine wisdom, because you are one with Source, awareness of which is blanked out by the noisy vociferousness of your ego. Engaging in a meditative practice, it matters not which one, just choose one that you feel comfortable with, enables you to disregard the ego's calls for your attention, even though you will still be aware of them. The ego, like your body, is part of the illusion, and within the illusion it is useful. However, for most of you growing up, it became your sense of self, and you allowed it to control you through your moods and emotions with which you also identified. You are not your ego, or your moods or your emotions. Those are all aspects of the embodied human condition that are useful, as they can assist you to relate to other humans, until you realize, as you will, that there is only love. There is no separation. Separation is an unreal state, a game in which bodies and egos identify themselves as separate from their source, a game in which they get lost until the game becomes utterly unsatisfying, and their true self makes itself heard by posing the question, what is my life for? What is it all about? Is this all there is? This question arising can be very unsettling, and it is meant to be. You are all on earth, incarnate as humans, to follow the spiritual path you set up in advance of your human birth. Growing from infancy to adulthood as a human requires, for your safety and survival, that you conform to the laws of the society into which you were born. But doing so means that you have to close off the faint memory of who you truly are, as you engage with your ego, the false self that identifies with emotions, moods, and feelings of inadequacy or worthlessness. Presently many children are being born with far stronger memories of their true nature, and are aware of being accompanied by spiritual guides, mentors, and friends. This is as a result of their pre-life planning for their human experience. These memories that they can access are to assist them to awaken, and in so doing to assist them to assist many, many others to awaken. Humanity's path to awakening, to remembering its true nature, is drawing to a close. It has been ongoing for long eons, in which much intense suffering has been endured because the game of separation has seemed so real. All on earth now as humans are very positively involved in the collective process of awakening humanity. Games are fun when they are played for fun. However, when they become extremely serious, as the human game has become, much suffering occurs as people use every means available to win, and in the process, absolutely destroy the other players. What started as a game has become a terrifying nightmare, and the mainstream media, with its severely biased reportage, intensifies the fear that so many are feeling. If you believe that media, it seems that there is no way out of the many disastrous situations that humanity has brought upon itself by its insane behaviors all across the world. But, humanity is waking, and there is evidence everywhere that this is so. Over the eons of humanity's earthly existence, until very recently, there is very little evidence of an awakening. Your history is filled with the stories of war, of winning, of destroying or being destroyed, and of the intense satisfaction that destroying an enemy provides, including as recently as World War II. Since then, to a large extent as a result of the growing awareness of the suffering that man causes man, humanity made the collective decision to awaken from this insane nightmare, to cease playing this violent and abusive game, and to seek a better way to live together in peace, cooperation, and harmony on the planet for whose welfare you are collectively responsible. That collective decision is showing up in many, many places, as people choose either to change the system if there are aspects that can help you move forward, or replace it with one that honors everyone, regardless of their place in the hierarchy. As that happens, it will become increasingly apparent that there is no hierarchy. A hierarchy is a false and unloving attempt to discriminate between one another, to claim some are right and some are wrong, some are acceptable and some are not, some have rights and others do not, and but a little honest thinking makes it abundantly clear that to discriminate against, to judge against, is not only insane, but it is to attempt to make God wrong. God, who loves you all without exception because you are all without exception, one with Him, and therefore with each other. In your hearts you know that separation is unreal, because within your hearts, each one of you desires only to be loved unconditionally, and you also know, deep within yourselves, that God indeed does love you all as one. You may experience doubts from time to time, from lifetime to lifetime, solely because being human, being part of the game, the illusory game of separation, you find yourselves unequal to others who appear to be more blessed, more loved, more valuable than you are. So, let me remind you yet again that you are, each and every one of you without any exceptions, the beloved child of God who can do no wrong, and who is perfect in every way. How could it be otherwise, when it was God who created you, and everything that He creates is absolutely perfect? Relax, remind yourselves frequently that you are the beloved children of God, of love, and that your only task, work, or duty is to help each other lovingly to awaken. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com